Hey guys, Ruben Tena, your Agile coach, and today I want to answer one question. What is Scrum? Really simple, right? The fun part is that every time that I make this question, I receive different answers. But why? How is that possible? There is only a single Scrum, right? So today I want to talk about three things. First, let's remove the biggest misconception about Scrum. Maybe some of the different answers is coming from there. Second, let's identify where is that source of truth, where all the knowledge is coming from or where we can query it. And third, let's talk about the definition itself. Is clear enough? Should we explore it a little bit? Let's have a clear understanding of it because that will be your first step to become a master of Scrum. And yes, I say master of Scrum because I believe that being only a Scrum master is not good enough anymore. Let's dive in. So let's talk first about an initial big misconception or point of confusion. Scrum is the most popular Agile framework, but let's be clear, Scrum is not Agile and Agile is not Scrum. Yes, the values, the principles and the practices are aligned with the Agile values and principles, so that's why we are saying that the Scrum is an Agile framework, but when you take a look in the official Scrum documentation, curious enough you will see that there is no mention at all, even you will not find the word Agile at all. So Scrum stands by its own. It can exist independently, but because this relation with Agile sometimes is confusing. So yes, they are good friends that work well together, but definitely they are not the same thing. Then, which place you should use to learn about the Scrum? There is only one source of truth of Scrum and it's called the Scrum Guide. You can access through the website scrumguides.org and in there you will find multiple ways to consume it. You can read it online section by section, you can download a PDF basically in the language that you want, and you will find that it's just like 14 pages long, so it's really easy to consume. Please go for it. This is definitely the place to go because both the guide and the website was created and maintained by the founders of Scrum, so it's definitely the place to go. What you are going to find there? So if we can talk about the Scrum like a game, then in these guides you will find all the rules of the game. So what do you need to play that game? Who are the players, the roles, the events, the artifacts? So you can have fun, so you can have the benefit of a Scrum. But be careful, a lot of organizations or companies start to customizing these rules with the risk that you will not receive the outcomes or you will land in this zone that I call fake Scrum. So please be careful with it. In terms of the Scrum Guide, I recommend you to study it, read it multiple times. In the website, in the PDF, in your native language, look for the audio version because you will find that reading it only one time is for sure not enough. Okay? Then let's define what is Scrum. Not how it works, but what is Scrum itself. That is the purpose of this video. So let me read the definition from the Scrum Guide. It says, Scrum is a lightweight framework that helps people, teams, and organizations generate value through adaptive solutions for complex problems. So it's kind of a short sentence, but for me it's like, what? What they mean with that is kind of a little bit wordy, so it's not so easy to understand, and I believe that there is a lot of confusion just because it's not simple enough. So let's break this definition in three things that I believe that cause some confusion. First is lightweight framework. What is a lightweight framework? So those heavy frameworks exist or what? This means that the framework will not tell you everything. Yes, I'm sorry for that, but the framework is going to give you just the rules, the scenario, the responsibilities, but the implementation is going to be up to you. If you have experience with this, then it's going to be really easy. If you don't have experience, then it's bad luck, right? So you will need to work a little bit more by yourself, okay? Second word is adaptive solutions, right? So this means that we will work in a way that we are going to deliver value and receiving feedback constantly. What we are going to do with that feedback is to adapt, to adjust our plan so the solutions is more aligned to the current or the new customer expectations. And finally, we have complex problems. Here, the choice of words are quite interesting. When we talk about complex problems are the ones that requires experimentation and innovation. That means that there is not a recipe, a set of instructions, and expertise that you can just bring and solve it, right? So it will require some level of innovation. Okay, so with all these contents, I think it makes a little bit more sense, because we remove some of those buzzwords and we can define properly what Scrum exactly is. So if you don't mind, let me try one more time, and this will be maybe a simplified version that we can use with your people or with your teams, or when you are asked what is Scrum, okay? So based on this knowledge, I will say the following. Scrum will give you the guidance based on specific rules that will help people, teams, and organizations to generate value through solutions that evolve over time for problems that require experimentation and innovation. Right? So I think it feels a little bit easier, right? So it's easier to read, and when we share this with our teams, I think they will get it just the first time. Hope that you like this work in the definition so you can be confident about what Scrum is and how to define it. Alright, and that's it for the moment. I will start a series of videos exploring the whole Scrum framework and move it from theory to a practice that is really connected to the real world and that is easy to follow and to understand. If you want to get notified about that, please subscribe to the channel, I will really appreciate it, and smash that like button, that helps definitely a lot. See you in the next time. Cheers to your agile success. Bye bye.